every year at this event, as you may know, the chairperson of the National Endowment for the Humanities speaks to us and addresses us. And this year, of course, we're waiting patiently and excitedly for the nomination of that person, that leader. But I am really delighted this evening that we are welcoming Dr. Dorothy Kosinski, a member of the National Endowment for the Humanities National Council on the Humanities, which is a board of 26 distinguished private citizens appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. I just want to say that the NEH, and for those who are here from the Fed State Partnership and other offices at NEH tonight, thank you for coming. The NEH is our respected, valued, and dedicated partner and has been for the councils for 50 years. And under the NEH's leadership, the council community has thrived. And as you know, the Federation and NEH work together to ensure that quality humanities programming is accessible on a variety of topics, featuring diverse perspectives to individuals and communities throughout the 50 states, territories, and District of Columbia. Specifically, the nation benefits from the integrity of NEH's rigorous and exciting grant making. Most recently, the NEH entrusted the Humanities Councils in a partnership with distributing $30 million of CARES funding nationwide to sustain the nation's humanities infrastructure, a responsibility that the councils took up with urgency, alacrity, and seriousness. With an already polarized electorate and the exhaustion of this enduring pandemic, we know that humanities councils, with the invaluable support from NEH, will continue to bring communities together with differing opinions, varied experiences, and diverse backgrounds to bridge understanding, to foster compassion and caring, and to move forward. I'm really honored to introduce Dr. Kosinski now. She is the director of the Phillips collection and has been since 2008. Prior to joining the Phillips, she worked at the Dallas Museum of Art, where she served in a number of capacities from 1995 to 2008. Her last role there was senior curator of painting and sculpture. We do have a full bio, and she is very accomplished on our website, but I hope she'll forgive me as I'm going to forego a longer bio to quote her to all of you. I came across a very compelling paper that she wrote about the value of humanities and art, the value of culture, where she made the case beautifully for our collective work. In this article, in this piece, she asked, quote, "Is the fundamental role of the humanities, culture, the university, and the museum then to encourage, to provoke, to enable authentic encounter?" And she answers, "Culture's role is to teach us to listen fearlessly to that question and to respond courageously." So please help me welcome Dr. Dorothy Kosinski's here tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Phoebe, for that kind introduction. And thank you for all you do to advance the humanities and support civics education. The Federation of State Humanities Councils is a valued partner. You surprised me with quoting me. It's all, you know, you always hope you said something really smart in your past. Thank you. And I'm thrilled to be in the same Zoom room with Joy Harjo, and I thank her for her inspiration in all of her work and in her words tonight. I would also like to recognize the other presenters, the Humanities Council leadership from all across the nation who have gathered here this evening in a virtual room, and this as well the staff of the National Endowment for the Humanities. We'd also like to thank the hard work and support we received from members of Congress, both in the House Humanities Caucus and the Senate Cultural Caucus, and from the leadership and members of the House and Senate Interior Subcommittee. None of the amazing work done by the state consuls would be possible without their hard work and their support. Approximately 40% of the NEH's budget goes directly to the states and jurisdictions to support our network of 56 local humanities consuls. The partnership between NEH and local humanities consuls helps the endowment achieve its primary strategic goals of advancing knowledge and understanding of the humanities and increasing public awareness of and engagement with the humanities throughout the United States. The state and jurisdictional humanities consuls enrich the cultural life of the people they serve by supporting unique institutions and resources within their local communities, and by developing inclusive, meaningful community programs grounded in rich humanities content. Consul programming supports civics education and civics engagement, contextualizes important community issues, and provides opportunities for civil dialogue. This is the transformative work of the humanities. Each year, on average, the consuls hold 49,000 programs that reach 124 million people. This year in particular has been, well, right here I wrote remarkable. I could think of other words to describe this year and what it's been to all of us. I would say it's been harrowing. We've seen the virtual importance of the humanities and how they can provide solace, hope, and connection in very difficult times. Over the course of this unprecedented year, state and jurisdictional consuls have developed humanities-rich resources that have touched lives and diminished social isolation, at least to some extent. With in-person activities suspended during the COVID-19 pandemic and many people sheltering in place, consuls nimbly adapted by compelling resources, developing podcasts and radio programs, streaming documentaries, and opportunities for community engagement and other humanities-based experiences. The consuls are to be commended hugely for their extraordinary efforts in expediting the distribution of the $30 million of the $75 million in NEH CARES Act funds that Phoebe mentioned earlier. Cumulatively, the consuls made more than 4,500 awards in all 50 states and the US territories. And although reporting is still ongoing, we anticipate that approximately 12,000 jobs have been retained and 1,200 jobs created. These awards prove to be vital in sustaining humanities infrastructure in every state and jurisdiction during this pandemic. In the words of South Carolina Humanities Consul Executive Director Randy Akers, excuse me, libraries, museums, historical societies, and cultural not-for-profit organizations are at the heart of our communities. They do play a vital part in our local economies and are a significant part of the important tourism industry in our state. They provide jobs for qualified individuals. They also provide educational and other learning opportunities that enhance the quality of life in our state. Cultural events build community cohesion and pride. Thank you. Here is what one recipient of a CARES Act grant from Oklahoma Humanities had to say about the impact of this emergency funding. It is such a wonderful gift for us right now. We have just started our virtual book events this week and had a crowd of 59 for Monday night's author. Our employees are working very hard to encourage reading, writing, and thinking in our community. This $10,000 will help us keep our dedicated, knowledgeable, and hardworking staff in place. Thank you so much from all of us at the Tulsa Literary Coalition. In the wake of natural disasters, a string of hurricanes in Louisiana in 2020, and the damage caused by the recent severe winter weather in Texas and Oklahoma, consuls have received chairman's emergency grants and technical assistance to support cultural heritage disaster mitigation and recovery efforts. which can be particularly helpful for smaller archives and museums whose collections are put at risk by storm damage. Many consuls are taking steps to put together comprehensive disaster preparedness plans in anticipation of the future impacts of climate change. In spite of the many challenges we've all faced over the past year, we remain grateful for the dedication of our humanities consul partners and thank them for the seamless continuation of their day-to-day work, supporting and strengthening the cultural sectors they serve, their wise administration of CARES Act funds, and their efforts to diminish social isolation through innovative virtual programs that continue to reach diverse audiences in every corner of every state and jurisdiction. Thank you for all of that terrific and challenging work. And thank you also for joining in yet another Zoom room, but I feel that this convening is exceptionally important. So thank you again.